Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the IvD Yoga Time number 80. Invitational only. We are in the finals! And I'm IvD Rob, and joining me here is IvD. It's Dine. Dine, PulseKane goes to APOC. We have made it to the finals, and probably, and arguably, the best matchup we've seen the entire tournament.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy, man. We actually had a really close match there in the semifinals between Kane and QXC. Went down to the final game, too. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's see our players this time. Get my camera on the right camera. All right, spawning at the top in the purple, we have QuanticApoc. And his opponent spawning at the bottom as our Zerg player in the pink, we have PulseKane.
ZVT, we've seen a lot of Zergs, and we've seen a lot of Terrans, and we've seen a lot of Terrans destroy a lot of Zergs. So I'm really excited to see this game. This game could go either way. Kane's such a strong player. APOC, of course, such a strong player. Tried to qualify for the Code A, got knocked out. We'll have to see what happens here. Is he going to be able to win this game and pull a first place victory for himself in this tournament? Or is he going to have to play a few extra games just to be disappointed in the end? We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. So far, APOC hasn't dropped a single game in this tournament. And actually, Kane was the same until we hit Kane versus QXC, where he finally dropped his first few games. So yeah, this is going to be great. We have the actually drone going out for a scout right now. Is that 2 rounds? Oh, no. And we have the hatchery being taken here by Kane. Kind of surprised we don't have barracks coming up yet for APOC. So it looks like he's going to go for command center first.
It does indeed look like that. I mean, on this map, that's not a horrible idea. It's not a small map at all. Of course, it's not the largest map. It certainly is no whirlwind, but it is still a fairly large map. So it's very safe for both players to expand. The spawning pool just now going down here for Kane at 16 supply, and APOC should be able to get a barracks up with enough units out to defend any kind of early pressure from that. So not a bad opening at all for APOC.
Now, of course, going in that 2 racks right after the command center first, just keeping it standard, keeping it locked tight. Gotta love that. And like you said, this isn't the hugest map in the world. It's not a big game hunters. It's not a whirlwind.
But it is still pretty big, man.
And it is in a valley.
Yeah.
So if we ever decide to make this, if we decide to ever add tiers to this, there's going to be land underneath here as well. So you can go and fight from there. That's going to be interesting.
Ooh. You know what? That should be the future of StarCraft, man. Tiers.
That'd be 6D StarCraft, man. 2 3D planes to work on. We're just going to call that 6D and go with it.
Hey, now, you can't beat that, man. That's the StarCraft of the future. I'm calling it now. Guys,
StarCraft of the future is going to be virtual reality, and it's going to be like Front Mission, where you can dive in and out from the units. So you're controlling everything, and you decide you want to control this one Marine, so you're in first-person view with your Marine.
Dude, I'm telling you now, guys, Twitter at IvD Gaming, hashtag IvD80, and just, come on, guys, let's start it. StarCraft 2 of the future, or StarCraft of the future. We're going to call it StarCraft 3 because of how long it takes Blizzard to make StarCraft games.
Do we really have to call it 3? Can't we call it like StarCraft 6? Make it seem even more futuristic.
No, dude.
I mean,
3,
StarCraft 6 now in 6D.
Okay, as it is, StarCraft 3 isn't gonna, like, wouldn't come out for like 20 years anyways, so.
Well, I guess you could call it StarCraft 3 6D. The first StarCraft to be divisible by itself.
Wow.
We have some units here for APOC working their way around the little secret hallway. It's actually pretty interesting. We don't really have much out here for Kane. There's only 2 Lings and 3 Queens right now. And the Queens are pretty well spread apart. And this one Queen's gonna fall.
Oh man, these Marines are gonna make their way up into the natural. Gonna pick off an Overlord, and that's pretty big because that's going to supply block Kane
Oh, and
workers
even getting
being
some
pulled to try
drones
and
with
deal with
this.
this. Oh, so much death. And actually, it does look like Kane is going to defend this with minor casualties.
Awesome move there at the end by APOC, targeting down that injured drone when he knew he was going to lose those Marines. And here we have those 10 Lings working their way up right now, and the Roach Warren coming down for our Zerg player as well, getting that third base. And that was really interesting by APOC. It's great to put on early pressure.
It
And he's
definitely
already
is,
has
but now,
Monk coming up.
there are some Lings that were able to catch some of these Marines, and great stutter stepping was going to kill off more Lings than those Marines could have without the stutter stepping. But in the end, they were finally defeated, and now APOC, still, he's got the macro gate down at this point. He is up at 2 bases.
Yeah,
Kane, who is just now getting his third up, and I really think APOC needs to do something in order to go for his own third.
Yeah, right now he's sitting in a really good spot, though. Has his double engineering base, that 1-1 coming out for him already, whereas the Evo Chambers are just barely going to finish up for Kane. Setting himself up really nicely here, getting that stem as well. And yeah, would like to see a third base out of him after he put on that pressure. But we'll see what he has planned here. Factory coming down now for APOC as well, so he's going to be able to get that armory and his 2-2s going here pretty quickly as well.
You know, this is very interesting build out of APOC, extremely bio-heavy. I mean, just straight Marines, stem coming on the way, almost done even, and just now putting up his factory after already having been on 5 barracks.
Yeah, and that just let him be really aggressive there in the early game, and he had plenty to defend if there was going to be any kind of Ling run by after that. It's just really smart moves here so far by APOC. But we do have Lair started for Kane, as well as that Baneling Nest about to complete. But here for our Terran players, Stem's almost done. That 1-1 is about to finish up, where they're only halfway done for Kane right now. So he's maintaining a nice upgrade advantage. Getting his starport as well. The armory coming here for APOC. And reactors coming down, actually. So I'm wondering if he's going to swap that off with the starport.
Well, looks like those Marines are going to make their way up into that third. This is going to be a really tough position for Kane. He's got some Lings, he's got some Roaches here to help deal with this Marine pressure. But they've already, like, one of the Roaches have been killed off. They've been forced back by these Marines, and all of the drones going to be killed off at the third as this army from Kane going to run in and try to deal with this. There go the Roaches, and oh, a Baneling is going to catch 3 Marines with a bust. And this is going to be cleaned up.
But still, APOC comes ahead in that trade, getting his third base up now as well, getting those siege tanks in siege mode, and getting his first medevac out. So he's sitting in a really, really nice spot right now. Completely safe as well with that double bunker set at the front with the wall in. And even setting up a little wall here at his right next to his natural expansion, so Lings can't just immediately run by into it.
That does look like an infestation pit going down here for Kane. You know, he could do several things off of this, but really, after seeing so many Marines, I definitely would opt, as Kane, to go for Infestor immediately off of this extremely quickly, as fast as you possibly can, because those Infestors are going to help out so much against those Marines. And, of course, he doesn't know about the siege tanks or the medevacs that are going to be on their way soon. So,
and now he does, though. He
tricky.
sees the drop coming in, so APOC has to go ahead and let those Marines out. But still might be able to pick off a couple Queens or get some of these Banelings at least.
No, it doesn't look like not quite going to happen. He did get some of the Lings. Of course, there are still quite a few Banelings, and this drop not going to be able to do anything, but it is going to put itself into a position. And now he's going to go in here at the natural Lings being pulled and Banelings being pulled to help deal with this.
Oh, and great handling there of those Banes by a Kane, not letting them explode on single Marines.
I know, that's such a frustrating thing too. If you've ever been a Zerg going up against a Terran, one of the most frustrating things, and this is to Terrans and Zerg, sympathizing with the Zerg, and advice to the Terrans: when a Terran drops a single Marine on top of a bunch of Banelings, It's a sad day.
Yeah, those are not good times, man.
Oh.
Those
Kind
are
of like
bad
the
times
depression
for
of
sure.
StarCraft. That's like the depression of StarCraft.
Oh, and the Lings make it up and surround the siege tank. At least they got the first one. The Banes move in here to the mineral line. Oh, but they target a Marauder.
But there's still plenty of Marines here at in Apoc's third, but they're gonna back off some. Oh, they're gonna back off because the Marine ball that was making its way up the other way. Of course, these Marines or these Lings are gonna get back to base safely. Not too much damage done. Still worker kill count in favor of APOC and worker count in general in favor of APOC. 66 SCVs to 60 drones, and actually now 67 SCVs to 60 drones. So APOC already has that economic lead, and he's gaining it more of an economic lead the more Kane tries to build up more Lings to try and put pressure.
Yeah, and APOC's up about 20 supply, which is Zerg you never want to happen. Oh, but the Infestors are out, and these Marines are clumped if the Lings can stall them.
Oh, the Infestors do put a fungal on those medevacs. Not a bad idea, though it could have been a little bit better. He does get one of the medevacs, and all of the medevacs now killed off. And here goes, some of the Marines are going to get killed off by another fungal. More Lings going to join the fray here, as that's a great pickup from APOC to save the few barely alive Marines.
Yeah, definitely good moves there. Hive just about to complete for our Zerg player. But we already have 3-3 finishing, or just starting up. We had 2-2 just finishing up for APOC, getting that +2 of vehicle attack upgrade as well. Sitting in a beautiful spot, getting his 4th command center as Kane establishes his. But all these siege tanks actually get cut out here in the middle by these Lings. And great move there by Kane to even up supply. APOC only able to save one of those siege tanks.
But now Kane is going to spot this 4th that APOC is going to spot this 4th that Kane put up. He is going to go ahead and heal his Marines away from the 4th before dropping in on it, which I really think I would opt to drop in at the 3rd because it's more populated, it has more drones on it. But he is going to go in for this. He does catch an Infestor here, and a great pickup to prevent those Lings from doing much of anything, with actually not killing a single worker, though.
He did force Kane back there to try and defend, though, so that was a good move on his part. Just not able to do as much damage as he might have wanted to, but now he has his 4th base established. And there's a burrowed Ling right here next to the planetary, though, so Kane knows exactly what's happening. He might have tried to burrow that a little too quickly to block that base, and just been off by a hair.
You know, at the same time, I can see where this would be interesting too, because you know exactly what this base is doing. You know exactly how saturated it is. Of course, I don't advise it. I do advise, however, right up blocking it. But it does look like some Infestors. Yes, I do prefer nachos, actually. In StarCraft 2, when I'm casting with Dyne, I like to eat nachos.
Yeah, not while playing, though. You don't want to get your keyboard and mouse all greasy. It's always bad when you accidentally... Oh, and a huge engagement!
Oh, the fungals go down, and so many Marines had been killed off, but the Lings already dead from the siege tanks. Really great siege there out of APOC, as now he's going to start moving across the map, down, possibly down towards the 4th.
APOC sees the ultras. APOC just caught those ultras. He knows what's coming. The Marauders start pumping out. He needs to get more, though. There's a lot of ultras out on the field already.
Oh, man. That is 7 ultras out on the field right now. Infestors, Banelings, and Lings to accompany them. And this is a terrifying force, especially as a Terran going Marine Marauder, Medevac, and Siege Tank. Very terrifying force. Those Ultralists can just take shots from pretty much anything for quite a while. The Infestors can fungal all the Marines. The Lings can block things. And the Banelings... The Banelings are just... That's the rape device, man.
Yeah. Banelings make me want to play Zerg, man. They're so pretty.
They're cute.
And the swarm comes down on top of APOC's army here in the middle of the map, and so many tanks were taken out.
Oh man, and look at this, APOC's army just diminished just such a small force here. And now Infested Terran going to try and clean up the medevacs. One medevac does fall, but it didn't have anything in it. The medevac that did have something in it is going to survive. A ton of Banelings being morphed here just outside of Apoc's 4th. This is actually pretty big. More Lings coming across the map, Infestors coming across the map, and this is going to allow Apoc, well not Apoc, this is going to allow Kane, rather, to get a pretty big foothold in this game if he can take this base out. Especially with the Ultras. The Ultras are so big here, and the Banelings could get busts on these SCVs. Oh, there it goes. These SCVs are going to get cleaned up as well as the Planetary Fortress, and now this army is going to go up. And it looks like it's going to back off for right now, which is not a bad idea. You destroyed your opponent's 4th. You know you have your 4th up. And so right now is a pretty good time to just back up and build up your army.
And we have Apoc still attempting to drop that 4th just to get something done. He's really behind at this point. He needs to do something to turn this game back into his favor. Because we have the Spire almost completed here for Kane, so it looks like he wants to make that tech transition. I'm really surprised, though, Kane didn't try and take out that 5th base. I believe he saw it when he worked up there.
Oh my god, Dine. That medevac that got away with 3 Marines did a drop in the 3rd and got away with 3 health. Oh, man.
Let's see, we have a lot more Banelings here morphing. It looks like Kane wants to go ahead and hit at this 5th base location.
But the thing is, there's already so many siege tanks already set up. There's some Marauders, there's some Marines already set up here to deal with any kind of push up into the 5th. So the question is Kane going to be able to deal with this? Looks like some Infestors getting into position. And there go the Infested Terran being dropped down. Kane throwing in his army. So much carnage as all these Marines are going to get busted by the Banes. Now everything going to run its way through this army, just demolishing. This is steamrolling, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what it looks like as these Ultralists now going to do a ton of damage. The Lings coming in from behind, holding the army steady. Siege tanks, which were very well placed, are going to get taken out. This is just such a strong force. And there's the GG, well played, out of Apoc as Kane takes game number 1 of this best of 7 series.
Yeah, beautiful work there by Kane. That flank at the end was great as well, bringing those Ultras in from the side to distract that siege tank fire so more of his Banes could connect.
That was just wonderful, man.
So we're going to see what map Apoc wants here for Game 2 of the finals of IvD number 80, our $200 invitational tournament. We're going to cut some music for a sec, guys, and remember, follow us there on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, here at our Twitch channel. And it looks like we're going to have Daybreak as our next map. We'll get that set up for you guys. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Gotta be just like a friend's, the fashion trends, direct from a TV screen. Where everything you see and wanna be is the cover of a magazine. It'll change in a minute, but you're cool while you're in it. Never ever gonna get it until you open up your eyes. And when you're all alone and looking in the
Hello, everybody. Oh my god. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the IvD Gaming number 80 tournament. This is the invitational only, and we are at the finals, game 2, between our Pink Zerg spawning in the top right, who is up 1 game. He is PulseKane. And his opponent, a very strong Terran player, made it this far without losing a single game. Can he bounce back and take this series? He is the Red Terran, QuanticApoc. In the barn.
I love the way you said the Red Terran. It sounds like the Red Baron, you know?
QuanticApoc is the Red Terran.
And for those of you who don't know what the Red Baron was, or let's say those of you who haven't watched Peanuts, or those of you who don't eat frozen pizza, it's funny. Just go with it.
It's kind of no. The funny thing is, if you have no idea anything about the references that you just
Then
made
how
as
do you
far
have
as the
the
Red Baron
internet?
goes, no, listen,
Yeah,
listen. All I'm saying is, if you don't know anything about the Red Baron and the references that you just made, then you would be looking at that like those are 3 completely different things.
They are, but if you don't know any of those references, then seriously, welcome to day 1 of the internet for you. We're glad to have you here. Everything on Reddit is true. You just believe it. Okay, that's what you live your life by.
And don't go to Tumblr; it's full of spoilers.
Yeah, it's full of hipsters, spoilers, and pictures of people eating food. Not just the food, that's Instagram. It's people eating food on Tumblr, alright? Or, unless you're talking about tumbling, like gymnastics competitions. I don't know which way you were going with that. So
No,
I
well-
won't let Tumblr, but you could be seeing a lot of people, well, tumbling.
You know, I should go. I should get. I have some of my friends actually go into Tumblr. I should actually get some of my friends to put up
Sure,
spoilers
Link.
of this tournament.
You have friends that go onto Tumblr, or you have friends that do tumbling?
Like,
You need
go
to
on-
be, you need to be clear about this, Rob.
I don't know. I don't hang out on Tumblr. I wouldn't know. What do they do there? They
I don't know.
tumble?
I assume they do somersaults.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think that's it. It's just live stream of various people doing somersaults. It's like chat roulette, but with gymnastics.
Yeah, and Reddit is pretty much la 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 la. 90% le.
All right, we have the expansion coming down for APOG as well as the double gas. So we're probably going to see that reactored Hellion Banshee build again.
That's actually I actually really like that build. It's a very powerful build, and you know, we didn't see it work as well in a previous game that he played, but I can see where it would work out very well in other games. I really just feel like it was maybe there are a few mistakes here and there, but it is a very strong build that I really like.
Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, I really think that is what we're going to see here. And we actually saw Kane lose one of his best of 5 matches to that very build from QXC.
That is very true. So, given the track record of Kane's ability to have dealt with it in the past, it actually is a very smart choice to go for this build against him. If he has had trouble with it in the past, he's probably going to have trouble with it now. And this is the same thing that APOC did before, putting out those 2 extra Marines, just delaying that factory just a little bit.
Let's just let him be extra safe there in the early game. Plus, take some watchtowers, do a little bit of damage here and there. Definitely like that decision, though.
It's kind of...
And it looks like APOC is going to go and take his 3rd. Is it? That's what it looks like.
already.
He's bringing the SCV back.
Oh, he's definitely not taking his 3rd.
Okay.
But he probably should. I mean, honestly, we've seen him do this sort of early 3rd expansion off of this build before, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does take his 3rd with this. He's already moving his Marines over there, so it's very likely that he will be. And here we have the Tech Lab going up on the barracks, and a starport going up. A little bit of deviation on this build, not going for the Blue Flame. Going to be going for Banshee really early with this.
Yeah, and he's really comfortable with this build. We've seen him do it in a couple of his TVZs here at IvD Gaming. So, he's actually had some of the better Hellion control as well, in my opinion, that I've seen in a long time.
Now he is going to be putting up his third, while at the same time Kane is going to be going for his third. Some Hellions going to make their way over here, going to spot that out, and now make their way back around. Where's he? Oh, he's not going to grab the Xel'Naga. He's just going to go back home, or
he's just
going to dance, man. He's going to dance.
It's relaxing all cool, shooting some people outside of his school.
Yeah.
Then a couple.
And he met a couple of queens. He met a couple of queens that were up to no good. Started making trouble in his Xel'Naga hood.
Then his Rainer got scared. Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Ohana.
Aw. Ohana means family, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's a double pun, guys. Okay? That's a double pun without even realizing it. That's how good we are here at IvD Gaming.
So I want to point this out. Kane actually with a really good scout here. He does see the tech lab on the starport, so he can be ready for Banshee play right now here. In fact, we should see there is the Spore Crawlers popping up here at the bases, at the main, at the natural. No, actually, only at the main and the third.
Yeah, that's a little surprising, but I guess you'd expect the Banshees to push in directly if they're gonna attack that natural. But looks like Apoc's gonna just try and make his way around. So not having a Spore there in the natural is actually gonna hurt him, but he has one going up now. So he should be prepared. It's about halfway done, and he has one of the ones from the main re-burrowing here at the natural, so he's gonna be completely safe here.
I do love the absolute overlord control from Kane. Getting in there, spotting this third, he sees what's going on. Marine's going to be pulled back to try and deal with this, but it looks like it's going to get away before that happens.
He's able to save it. The throbbing overlord shall survive.
Throbbing overlord?
Yes. I had to say it in the most inappropriate way possible. I mean, we're coming close to the end of the night, so... There you go.
All I'm saying is that Overlord might be questioning what is love.
Yeah.
But the Marines hurt him regardless.
Yeah, he doesn't want him to hurt him no more. But we have the Infestation Pit finished. We have that Infestor Energy upgrade going on right now. Plus Baneling speed.
Baneling speed. You don't really see Baneling speed a whole lot, actually.
We don't usually ends up hitting a little bit later once you realize that full bio. Double engineering bays are up. That armory finishes a great timing to grab the 2-2s there for Apoc. Sitting relatively even on upgrades with his Zerg opponent. It's not doing too bad. First 3 Infestors are about to pop, though, coming out really well timed with that Pathogen Glands upgrade. So let's see. It looks like Apoc wants to push out, though. Has a lot of Hellions up here in the front. See how much damage he can do. We don't have roaches out at the moment.
Oh, here goes this push. A lot of Hellions are going to catch a Spore Crawler off guard here. Oh, but no, it looks like...
Oh, the Banes.
So many Hellions getting killed off.
But that's it for the Lings and Banes right now. The Hellions and Marines are going to be able to push forward, go ahead and take out that Spore Crawler so the Banshees can proceed.
Oh, man. This is actually not a great position for Apoc. So many Lings are going to get the surround on those Hellions. And now this is Apoc going to be forced to back off.
Yeah, even trying to scan, take out some of those tumors. As we do have really nice creep spread here from Kane.
Oh, really good fungal on those Banshees. That's going to be the end of them. So sad. The Banshees were trying to get something. Was able to take out a Baneling before it was done morphing. So not entirely loss. Full.
Yeah. Killed an Infestor, killed a Baneling. It's alright. That pilot will get a hero ceremony. We'll have to give it a medal or something. We'll deliver the flag to their family. Don't worry, guys. We're respectful here at IvD.
It'll be the Medal of Honor.
That's true. Not the game. The game wasn't very good, guys.
No, wait, I just thought of something. That Banshee is going to get his Medal of Honor for his Call of Duty.
I feel like I should cut off my ears now. Thank you.
Oh man, so Apoc now positioning his army a little bit outside of his base. He doesn't have siege yet. It's on the way, but I really feel like he waited a little too long for this because now it looks like Kane is in a position to move out, and with siege not done yet, this could be very devastating.
And we do have a drop in the main base from Apoc, but it does get cleaned up by Kane, just losing some lings to it right there. But Apoc's moving around the other side. It looks like that was just a distraction. So he's going to go over here and check for a fourth base in this location. Then set up as he takes his own fourth.
And here he goes, making his way up from the southern base here, the bottom base. And oh, the Marine split is going to happen, but those Banelings are going to get some great busts as the Lings are going to hold everything there in one place. And this is going to be Kane cleaning everything up. Kane just playing so phenomenal here. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, great job there by Kane, just surrounding all those siege tanks and taking it out. And now it looks like he wants to push forward. Because we do have that Ultralisk Cavern done and researching now. Have 4 Ultras on the way as well. This is getting pretty scary for Apoc.
This is indeed a lot of siege tanks on the way here in production. We have 2 siege tanks, 2 medevacs, and +3 infantry weapons upgrade on the way. But he doesn't have... I mean, he has Marines, but those are taken out so easily by Banelings. And there's so few Banelings, but they're just enough. That's all he needs. He has the fungal growths. Kane in such a good position here. He's just completely countering Apoc in this position.
Yeah, really well done by Kane so far this game. About to be maxed out as well as soon as the rest of these Ultras pop.
Oh, Apoc needs to get a position here. He needs to just gain a position to siege up on as this army is ready to move out. And there's the scans going to go down. The siege tanks are going to siege. Marine's going to pull some of these Lings back. And some of them are going to get picked off by the siege tanks. But this is going to force Kane to pull his army back. And of course, giving Apoc the high ground, which is exactly what he needs here. But now, Kane has the option to take the back way, which is what it looks like he might be doing. Maybe... No, it looks like Apoc going to be pushing up here. Siege tanks in some really good staggered positions. Fungals go down. Very nice fungals. Oh my god. Marines just being cleaned up. The siege tanks trying their best to take out these Ultralisks, but the Ultralisks are just too well armored, too much health, too many Ultralisks. There's just too much of everything.
Yeah, it really is. Now, all those Infestors were cleaned up by Apoc there, but that's it. And we have more on the way to come in and replace those. This is... Apoc is in a really tough spot right now. If Kane decides, he can go ahead and push forward. But it looks like Apoc's Kane's trying to decide which position he actually wants to try and move from. So right now, Apoc's attempting to take his 5th base as Kane takes his... As far as economy goes, we're still sitting on relatively even grounds.
Oh, and it looks like a Burrowed Ling is going to keep the 5th from going down. Apoc pulling quite a few Marines over to deal with that. I don't know if I agree with this. His army's out of position as here comes the army from Kane. All these Ultralists are going to run in here and do so much damage. Banelings, very nice kiting of the Banelings here, but a fungal goes down. It's going to do a lot of damage to these Marines. A lot of these Marines are going to get killed off. Ultralists are just doing so much damage. The Planetary Fortress doing its best to try and keep all of this safe. Focusing down the Infestors, but it looks like these Ultralists are just going to do so much. Marauders being brought in, but there's still, I mean, he killed one of the Ultralists, but there's still 7 more, 6 more now. He killed 2 of them. But this army is so big, and there's more Lings coming in. Apoc losing his 4th, and now Kane gonna back off and macro up a little bit.
And even after that, we have Greater Spire almost complete for Kane. We have this drop trying to come into the 4th base and do some damage, but Apoc just can't grab a foothold here.
Oh.
And it looks like Apoc wants to try and move forward a little bit more. I don't know what I feel about this, though. He knows how huge that army is for Kane right now. He needs to go and pull back. But just look at our banks right now. 1,300 and 900 here for Kane. We're to 500, 1600 for APOC. Just losing so much and about to lose another planetary because the Lings get the surround.
Very nice move there out of Kane, getting the surround on the planetary fortress so that the SCVs could not. And the Ultralisk, of course, coming in to seal the deal. There's only 3 of them left, but so many Lings. And Kane has such a commanding lead here in this game. Now 2 Infestors burrowed right next to this 4th, so he is going to see when that drops down. And that is actually about to happen right here.
And now we have Kane almost maxed out again. 8 Broodlords and some more Corruptors for support on the way. And we don't have a single Viking out yet for APOC. And actually a lot of Marauders trying to deal with those Ultralisk. He's not going to have too much anti-air here.
We'll have to see what happens. More Banelings are being morphed
like
by Kane.
Oh, great fungal on those medevacs trying to drop in the main base.
And those are going to get cleaned up, and a lot of units are going to be lost because of that. Only 6 Marines and 1 Marauder are going to make it out, and this is going to be picked up by the Spore Crawler, maybe? Yeah, so close. The Lings are going to seal the deal here.
That medevac just so low on hit points now, trying to find a place to drop in. But we have APOC pushing forward, stemming everything, not even sieging. Just getting right under those Broodlords and picking them off. Great move there by APOC, even pulling in SCVs to try and deal. Great fungal goes down there, but there's just too many medevacs here healing.
And here
now
goes the
APOC's
push
on his
from
back
APOC.
foot.
A lot of SCVs being pulled with this. This is certainly an interesting push. You don't generally see SCVs pulled with Terran vs Zerg. But it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. This army is going to be pushing at the 4th, and the hatchery is going to fall before it can produce a queen. And all of this army from Kane forced to back off. But there's so many Banelings here, and that's going to prove a little bit of a problem for APOC, as he doesn't have the siege tank sieged. And there he goes. He's going to siege 1. And start staggering the siege tanks. Here goes the army going in. The Banelings are not in a position to bust, but there they go. They bust on siege tanks and few Marines, as now APOC is going to be able to clean up all of these Ultralisks, but at what cost? His army is dwindling here.
And right now, APOC barely mining, but he has Kane on the back foot, shutting down base after base.
He actually had some SCVs inside the 4th that were poking at drones inside the 4th. Very nice pickup on that army. It's gonna save a siege tank and 6 Marines. No, I'm sorry, because that doesn't even fit in a medevac. A Marauder and 6 Marines.
That's a new upgrade, okay, guys? And we have a small little strike force here in the natural. Does get cleaned up by the fungal.
At one time, I think there was actually an upgrade that gave medevacs the ability to hold 2 more units.
I know there is in the campaign, because you get that and like the insta drop thing.
Yeah. But it looks like this army from Kane is just seemingly endless. It's just building up, and I don't think APOC has the macro, the macro ability, I guess you could say, the ability to macro, because he doesn't quite have as many bases as he needs right now. He's just been so shut down.
Oh, great pickup on that door, but he needs to drop it because the fungal. Oh, and the Infested Terrans pick off the medevac, loses that door. Trying to make a stand here, actually cleaning up a lot of Banes there. But APOC down to 98 supply versus 131 of our Zerg player. And even more Lings on the way, but we have APOC gathering his forces yet again. Just really doing a great job staying in this, despite losing quite a few battles there.
And here goes another attack here. The Lings running in first, going to lose quite a few of those, but now the Infestors were a little bit out of position there for a second, but not much that could be done there. It does look like APOC is going to expand, but it's a bad time to expand, as here comes the army running in. The Infestors are going to get fungals off on these SCVs. Nope, there's the GG. Well played from APOC, as Kane wins game number 2, and we move to game number 3 of this best of 7 series. So guys, don't go anywhere. We will be right back. We're going to go ahead and play some music for you guys while we wait for the next map to be chosen. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on Twitch, as all of your support helps us to grow and become better just tournaments
It's
in
like a
general.
spirit bomb, guys. With all of your
Just-
powers, can we become a huge power that can then, like, destroy things?
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, who doesn't? Alright, guys. So we're gonna cut to music. We'll be right back.
In the shower, got distracted cause I started this song. Damn, I bet I smoked my last cigarette. Every morning something goes wrong. Once again I'm driving, barely surviving. Always the same old routine. Moving too slow, watch some dark on the radio. Tries to be my morning caffeine. Yeah. It's just a day in the life. It's just a day in the life. Punching in late again. Good morning, how you doing? Not bad. Passing time until 5. Hurry home, and tomorrow I'll do it all again. Once again I'm driving, barely surviving. Can't ever keep my foot on the gas. It's the same old routine, packed in like sardines. Are we moving too slow or too fast? It's just a day in the life. Yeah, it's just a day in the life. It's just a day in the life. Ah, yeah. It's just a day in the life. It's just a day in the life. It's just gonna be it's another, it's just a day in the life. Woo, day in the life, yeah. It's just a day in the life. It's just a day in the life. Yeah, it's just gonna be another, a day in the life. Just a day in the life. Magic 8 Ball. I'm just your random average nice guy. There ain't much hype about my type. I ain't that fly. I can't get a girl to think of me twice. I'm just too nice. I need advice, and that's no lie. Whoever said that sex is better with a partner? They must have ever slept with me. Maybe I'm just down, cause she skipped town and left me hanging. Black crystal ball, what do you see? Is she sleeping alone tonight? Cause she won't answer the phone. Or is some other guy holding her tight? As I sit here alone, magic evil, what's my destiny? Will she ever come back to me? Magic evil, I'm desperate to see. What's your answer? What will it be? Come on. What will it be? Come on. I ain't got that element of mystery. You might regret that what you get is what you see. I think she dumped me cause I don't like to fight. I drink Bud Light every night and watch TV. Is she sleeping alone tonight? Cause she won't answer the phone. Or is some other guy holding her tight? As I sit here alone, magic evil, what's my destiny? Will she ever come back to me? Magic evil, I'm desperate to see. What's your answer? What will it be? Come on. Come on. Come on. Shake it up, shake it up. Ask again later. Shake it up, shake, shake. Maybe I should. Shake it up. Will I have a data? Shake.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're here at Game 3 with PulseKane against QuanticApoc. Here are the best of 7 finals of IvD number 80, our $200 invitational tournament. And here this game, I have the pleasure of casting with our observer, IvD Warbio. How's it going, man?
Yeah, man, it's going good. It's been so many exciting games, man.
I know, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, in the finals, man. We are in the finals.
And oh my god, guys, Apoc's just so nice. Good luck, have fun, Kane. You are an amazing player. You are an amazing player, Kane. But so are you, Apoc. But spawning here at the bottom, we have in the... I guess I have to call it pink. I always want to call it purple. It's PulseKane. And his opponent spawning at the top is QuanticApoc, currently down 2-0 in this series. This is a best of 7. Let's see if he can go ahead and start bringing it back now, though.
Yeah, I mean, both of the games have been really close, so I wouldn't count them out just yet. I mean, I believe, man.
I believe too, man. I believe that children are our future.
Oh,
And if you teach them well,
yeah.
you can let them lead the way, man.
It's kind of deep, man. It's kind of deep.
I know. It's also a song of some sort.
Oh,
I think. Yeah. Yeah, it
I
is.
see.
It is,
I
guys.
didn't get the reference. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. It's a good thing. Be happy you didn't.
Okay.
It's like the same reason you can't watch Archer, man.
Oh,
It's too Merkin. And
American thing.
yeah. Sadly. We need to just make you a version of Archer that has Swedish references.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you'll
they'll
understand
work.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they work on that, and I watch it.
Alright, first you have to teach me all about Swedish history and pop culture.
Yeah.
Then I can start doing that.
Hey, man, that's what the internet is for.
That is, but that requires a lot of typing, man.
Yeah. It's true.
And I'm kind of a lazy dude. Because I haven't even told these guys that we have a hatch first here from Kane, a spawning pool just coming up.
It's okay, man. I showed them. They know.
You showed them? Okay, cool. See, I'm not following your camera this time. It's throwing me off.
Oh.
I have to actually work at it. I have to start looking at stuff now.
Oh no. Poor you.
I know, poor me. Having to move my mouse half an inch to the left and half an inch to the right over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's poor, pitiful me.
Ooh, looks like Apoc are going for Wonderx Command Center. So let's see if he's gonna do his typical ace move, or is his ace move? I don't know. His typical move going getting two gases here, maybe going into Blue Flame Halions or heading Banshee.
Yeah, and there goes the double gas.
I call it, man. I call it.
I really want to see him. Whenever I've been watching him stream lately, he's been going that double factory Blue Flame and doing really, really well with it. So I was kind of hoping to see it this tournament, but we haven't quite yet.
This could be the game though, man. You never know. The gas are up, so we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, he's just done so well with that. I actually really wish they would have streamed those Code qualifiers, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I really wanted to watch him play. We were all sitting up like all night waiting for
Yeah,
the
man, I
bracket.
set up like
Yeah.
it's like 6 or 7 in the morning. It's the 12
Yeah, it was
when-
ridiculous for you. It was like midnight for us, so we were like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, well, took over for the team.
Yeah, we have to though.
Yeah. Yeah, but Kane here, he has scouted that there is a command center, but he has no idea the factory is going up right now. And we had reactor coming, so we're going to see those reactor headlands. But we don't have Blue Flame coming out, so.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be that Blue Flame build. But still, he's
but look at this, a Kane already getting 4 gases out. Oh, never
Oh.
mind, I was only watching the. Sorry, Kane is
The
getting 2
natural,
gases
yeah.
out. Fooling me. But still, Kane early here.
it's kind of scary that even you can be fooled, man.
Yeah,
Like, what hope do I have
yeah.
if things can even fool you?
I watched the natural, and apparently there was 2 gases here, so I just assumed it was in the main as well.
Now we only have 2 workers on one of those extractors, though. So I don't know if he's going for some kind of timing, but that could end up hurting him.
Oh yeah, I feel that must be a mistake. Anyway, he's taking a really early third here.
Yeah, we do have a number of queens out right now, though, and a nice wall starting here for Kane, so these Hellions might not be able to do too much, but we'll see.
Oh, this
Apoc
kind of
and pushing
interesting.
forward those 2.
Apex changing it up a bit. It looks like he's going for a drop here with Hellions. He's only making a medevac and he's already starting stim.
Now we did see him do that in one of his other TVZs here today, and actually worked out really well. He was great at controlling that.
So we have 1-1 here starting here for Kane. Making fillings. Kind of surprised. We haven't seen Kane scouting that much at all right now. He has no idea what's going on. He haven't seen. I don't think he's seen the heavens even. So I'm kind of scared for him right now.
I've seen him at the front of his base. He doesn't know how many there are or how heavily
alright.
it's committing to him yet, though.
Here we go. The drop is coming in here. This is gonna be all or the spotted. So let's see how quickly Kane can react. The links are not moving yet. Finally move. It's only a few links here without speed, and there's 4 herons out. So this might do some damage.
Yeah, it really might. I wish Apoc needs to pull that medevac back, though. It's getting a little low on HP.
Ah, so I'm messing up my hotkeys here. 5 workers killer for Apoc, which is decent without losing anything, so.
Yeah, but we do have Lair just about to finish up now for Kane. Getting that Baneling nest as well, plus his 1-1 is well on the way.
Yeah, at the same time we had his command sync coming up for Apoc, so.
Yeah, he knows about that third base, though, so he needs to try and stay even with his opponent if he can. And again, on this map, it's kind of hard for Zerg to take that third.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Hellions pushing up, trying to get into the third base, but there's already Lings in position. But speed has just barely started, actually.
Oh wow, yeah. Getting a lot of drunkens there, might even get all of his links, but there's no way that we catch these Hellions. But there we go, Baneling's coming in from behind. Oh, one Hellion actually survives. Might even get a few extra drunk kills here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh wow.
We do have Spire about halfway done for our Zerg player, as well as that Baneling speed, so that's definitely going to come in handy.
Yeah, but if you look at this though, APOC going really bio heavy here. Have a lot of Marines. I'm not sure the Spire will work out that great for him.
And
he's
he's
2 more
actually-
barracks even.
Now. Yeah, before even getting that splash damage, jumping up to 6 racks. And this is actually a pretty heavy push here from APOC.
Needs to
As
be
we don't
careful
have
though, Baneling
Baneling speed
speed is
done
going
yet.
to finish. We also have 1-1 down for a Zerg player. As APOC only sitting on 1-0 right now.
Yeah, let's see how well APOC can engage here. We do have 22 more Lings on that way, and Baneling speed finishes in 2 seconds. And we do have some Banelings here at the top of the ramp. APOC doing a nice job spreading his units, though.
Killing a lot of warlords, they're going to supply Kane almost. Here we go, a lot of Lings are moving in, surrounding every single Marine. Oh, look at this, going to be cleaned up though, but in the process lost so many overlords, but here we go. Might even get hatchery now because there's nothing left for Kane.
I'm really surprised APOC isn't picking up right here, though.
There we
It
go,
does
quick.
save that one Marauder.
Nice push though, killing off a lot of stuff.
Yeah, bought himself a good chunk of time. And actually, the siege tanks are in production, but we don't have siege mode started yet for APOC. Getting his armory and second engineering base so he can try and catch up in those upgrades. But we already have +2 coming out for our Zerg player, so he's going to be behind for quite a while.
Yeah,
Let's see, the first mutas are out and 4 more on the way. 1 medevac with a bad rally. Looks like it might get picked off.
Yeah, but a lot of fire coming in from APOC, and Pulse doesn't really have enough to defend it. There's only a few Lings and a few Banelings out. And these
Yeah, but
forces-
remember, we don't have siege mode for these tanks. Like, it hasn't even started
Oh
researching.
wow! He's got siege mode. Yeah, this is kind of big blunder here.
Well, it might be the kind of the same thing that happened to me when I jumped back into Wings of Liberty, because I know APOC's been playing a lot of Heart of the Swarm lately, trying to get ready for IPL.
Oh yeah, this.
And he might have just forgot about it. I did that in my first ladder game back to Wings of Liberty after playing HOTS, as I completely forgot to even research. Oh, and there's no turrets up and nothing here to defend in the main base. These mutas are just tearing through, picking off that armory even.
Yeah, the army is gonna fall for sure. It looks like APOC is choosing to counterattack, but with the siege mode, his army is
in a-
kind of weak.
And even more Banes on the way. This is getting scary, and they do have speed, and they're on creep. And right now, all these units are bunched up together. They need to be spread out if they want any hope of dealing with this. A great job spreading there from APOC. Gonna move in and...
Oh, I actually managed to clean up every single link from Kane here, and actually was able to repel
Oh,
the
the units
mutas
are bunched
as
up,
well.
and the Banes get some nice hits there, but there's still a lot of bio here left for APOC. And we have the GG from Kane. Yes, tap out. That was just too much. Even though APOC forgot siege mode.
Yeah, it was a really weird game.
Yeah. I'm really thinking he was in that HOTS mode, whereas they already have siege, you know?
Maybe it was a plan to skip siege mode, get the extra tank out, then use attack. I don't know. Anyway, it worked out, so...
Yeah. Can't really complain if it worked out.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna take a quick break while we get the next map loaded up for you, so... Have some music and stay tuned.
You still gonna feel our pain when there's nothing left to gain? Are you still gonna feel our pain when there's nothing left to gain? Oh, oh, Mr. I don't know. Oh, gonna feel our pain. Mister, I don't when there's
It's
never
okay
left
to look the other way and smile when the
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the IvD Yogi Time number 80 tournament. This is an IvD Gaming 80 tournament. I'm sorry. This is an invitational only. I'm IvD HK Rob, and joining me here is IvD. It's Dine.
Because it is
Dine.
dying.
It is Dine.
It is. And oh, StarCraft is not responding, guys.
What?
Okay, now it's responding. It is responding.
Okay, that's good. That's a relief.
We're good.
We have Game 4 in this best of 7 series between our Terran players spawning in the bottom left in the red, Quantic's very own Apoc. And he is down one game, being this 2-1 so far. His opponent having won 2 in the top right, the pink Zerg, representing Pulse Gaming. He is Kane. You know, I want to say this is a pretty good map for Apoc, really. I mean, there's a lot that Terran can do on this map that works out very well. But
Yeah, most definitely. I kind of expect to see that same Reactored Hellion build we've been seeing from him, though. He did put like a pretty interesting twist on it last game, though.
well, of course, I mean, he definitely did. I mean, opting to not go for Siege, pushing up without it, and still taking the game was actually a very interesting idea in the first place. It's not very often that you get to see things like that, and it's even more rare to see things like that actually work out.
Yeah, by the way, guys, we did get to talk to him during the break. He didn't forget Siege mode. He actually just wanted to get some Thors out. So he decided to skip that and put his gas into that. So, makes a little more sense now. I was thinking HOTS mode. Because I go into HOTS mode every once in a while, think, I don't need Siege mode, and then I die. But that's because I'm me and he's Apoc. Alright?
You don't compare yourself to Apoc.
No, I do not.
You aren't 1/20th of a man that Apoc is.
I'm not good-mannered enough to be Apoc. Alright? That's what it boils down to, guys. I'm just not that polite. And by the way, none of you have offered me nachos, so I'm angry at all of you.
See, that's what I'm
But
talking
that's
about.
okay, because we're just going to keep pushing forward.
If you want
It's
to be
alright.
Apoc, then you have to not get mad at nachos.
I don't get mad at
Or
nachos.
the
I
lack
love
of, the lack thereof.
There you go. If you're going to say it, you got to say it right, bro.
Have to make sure that you're never mad at nachos. You're just angry because you don't have them.
True. True.
So, I mean, pretty standard play
Yeah, the
so
only
far out of
real
both players.
deviation is Apoc hasn't gotten a second gas.
Yeah, I mean, here goes the factory gonna go up. That's gonna be switched off for Reactor Hellion, which is still very, very workable build. Reactor Hellion's so nice if you can get it to work, and I've seen Apoc get it to work in the past, even in the games that we've casted in this tournament. He does it so well. He's Apoc, man.
Yeah. He's Apoc. That's what Apocalypse is, man. It just rains down upon you. Like the fire of 1,000 suns.
Or 1,000 Hellions.
Is there a sun upgrade for Hellions?
There should
Because
be.
if so, it'd be the Sun Hellions. Alright?
Sun Hellions.
That's what it's more like. Oh yeah, guys, and I also
the
have
Hell
to say,
Sunions.
Happy New Year to all of our Chinese viewers.
Really?
Yeah, it's Chinese New Year.
Oh, well, Happy New Year to all our Chinese viewers then, in that case.
Yeah. My computer just went ding 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 and said weird noises, so I figured that out, guys.
Oh. So you can interpret your computer's
Why? It
language.
went ding ding ding, and then the little box popped up telling me it was
Oh, well, that's
Chinese
cheating. That's like watching.
Ding, bro.
No, dude, that's like watching an authentic Japanese anime and getting help from the subtitles on the bottom.
How does that make sense?
It's cheating,
What's not authentic Japanese anime?
I mean, like in the sense that there's not supposed to be subtitles, but you end up getting subtitles just because. You're cheating.
I'm trying to prove your point of logic in my head right now, but it's not working. Just
Okay,
not working out. I'm sitting here thinking about it seriously and putting a lot of effort into this.
Dude, think about it like this. Think about it like this, okay? If you're gonna watch anime in Japanese, then learn Japanese. Instead, you cheat and you get words given to you, kind of like the pop-up that told you from the Ching 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 that it was the New Year's, the Chinese New Year's, and instead of like actually knowing that that sound meant that, you just read the pop-up. It's the same thing when it comes to like animes. If you're gonna watch Japanese, instead of actually knowing what they're saying, you're just reading the subtitles.
And knowing what they're saying by reading the subtitles.
Okay, and then that logic can be made for the rest of it, but I'm just saying you're cheating.
You cheating?
Yeah, you have to learn what Ching 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 means.
You know, you made that like inherently racist.
I did not mean to.
The noise is ling, 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 and then you say ching ching ching, and that just doesn't sound right, man.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to.
It's wrong. You're almost like saying APOC shouldn't be taking his third in his main right now, but he should. He should.
He definitely should. I'm not saying that at all, because that's exactly what he's doing. But you know what? Kane is gonna spot that with an Overlord moved in, and it is gonna get sniped out by a group of Marines.
Let's see, first Banshee actually working its way into Kane's main base right now. So let's see how much damage it can do. Do we have... doesn't look like we have spores set up or anything, but Cloak isn't researching, so it's not too big of a deal. We do have the first spore coming down right now, though. And Lair about 3/4 of the way done. So Kane's sitting at a pretty nice position, just working his way up his tech tree right now. That 1-1, about 2/3 of the way done as well. As... let me check something here really quick. Yeah, that first engineering bay just now completing for APOC.
Now we do have something that kind of makes me wonder. APOC has 5 Hellions he's not doing anything with, sitting here at the Zelnaga Tower on the, well, his side of the map. And I really feel like he could be or should be doing something with those. Of course, a Ling is going to run down here from Kane, going to spot that there is no third up, and it is probably going to burrow if burrow is on the way, which is not. So it's probably just going to sit there and wait for the third to be taken, and once the third's taken, he will have known APOC has taken the third.
But actually looks like APOC might want to do a little bit of a timing push here with some Marines and Hellions. That's what it's kind of feeling like to me. As we have Stem and Combat Shield almost completed, that +1 about halfway done as well.
Me and my friend saw Burning Bush.
You did?
Yeah, and APOC made a timing push. And guess whose money he stole?
Whose?
Ours.
Say it. Ours? He stole our money already without us even transferring money.
Exactly.
It's just the way it works, man. It's because of the time zone difference, guys.
He's living in the future, man.
As we did hear from QXC earlier, good thing he can see 3 minutes into the future.
Oh, here goes. Oh, the Banelings are getting such great busts here. And that's going to completely halt APOC's advance on this base. Such great busts there from Kane. If there's one thing I admire from Kane's play, of what I've seen, he has such great Ling Baneling control.
Aw, I thought you were gonna say his bust.
Oh my god, I should have. I missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. I completely missed that opportunity. I like his bust.
I like big busts, and I cannot lie.
You other Zergers can't deny.
Alright, we're gonna come up with a music video for that because there's more lyrics coming into my head, but it looks like Kane's positioning himself outside the third base of APOC now. Just getting a few more Banes with this, but we don't have any splash damage up yet for APOC. No siege. The factory's actually floating right now.
No siege may have worked for him last game, but in the position that he's in here, I do not see it working out for him. There are a total of 7 banelings in this ball here. There's plenty of lings and 4 infestors. This is a pretty scary force when all you have are marauders and marines.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to need perfect splits here to try and deal with this. And that wall is starting to come up, but I'm just not sure if he's going to be able to do anything with this. It looks like Kane being a little indecisive, deciding to go ahead and pull back. He did get to make sure APOC didn't take that 4th base. That's definitely good. And we do have 2 medevacs working their way across map right now. They're going to... Looks like they might want to drop in the 4th.
Oh,
but it's right outside it for
right
Pulse.
there, though. And it looks like APOC is going to do this drop. Here it goes. The Ling's rushing in the pickup. And the Fungal does catch the medevacs. He needs to drop everything as quickly as possible here.
And doesn't even units out, just loses that, but at the same time he's pushing at the opposite end, trying to clean up some creep, gonna pick off a queen as well. But these Lings are gonna get us around on this Bioforce. And here come the Banes. Oh, nice pickup, but the Fungal again. And Kane's gonna get 2 more medevacs for free right here.
And there goes, it's starting to drop, but just wasn't enough, as it looks like this army is just destroyed here. And Kane flooding more Lings and just more and more Lings into this game.
And even
he's now got his Ultralisk Cavern. 6 Ultras on the way. +3. Well, actually, no, 3-3 on the way, not +3. It's 3-3. With the Ultralisk armor upgrade, Kane is looking absolutely powerful here.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for APOC to try and do anything here. He's going to be down an upgrade. Actually, did he ever get his 2nd engineering bay? He does, but he hasn't started that +3 weapons yet. And looks like APOC wants to try and push up again, try and clean up some more creep, and actually going to... it looked like Kane wanted to try and attack down that choke. That was going to be good for APOC.
And here goes the Lings going to go ahead and get a surround on a few Marauders here. And... you know, I'm not quite sure what Kane is... Okay, so he is pulling back for this drop, but he doesn't need to pull his entire army for this. That drop is going to pick up, and is it going to get away? Yes, it is. The Infestor's not going to be there to put off a Fungal. It looks like a Fungal does go up on this army that's pushing up on the southern end here, but all of this is going to be cleaned up by Kane. Meanwhile, these dropships going to come right back in here to drop, and Spine gonna go ahead and keep any real damage from being done on the mineral line. But this is Kane's opportunity. Kane could completely just run in here at this point, but it looks like he's gonna run all the way back up there and try to deal with this drop. The 4th does fall, and APOC is gonna pick up and move elsewhere.
And why does that? I just have to say, guys, this creep spread. Like, what the hell, man? This creep spread. It's like over the entire map, man. It's just amazing.
Oh, it's a Zerg for you. Have you ever played the campaign?
Yeah.
That's all. That's creep spread all over the map too.
Yeah, it is, but it's engineered. It's not the same as building it yourself. All right. It's like running your own business is so much more fulfilling than
running
just
someone
working somewhere. Oh, basically.
I was about to say,
like
running your own business is more fulfilling than running someone else's business. Like, yeah. Not really. It's running a business is running a business, bro.
Yeah, but then it's yours. There's a huge difference, man.
If you're running a business, then chances are it's yours, whether it was someone else's or not. I'm just saying.
So we have the +3. Sorry, guys, yawn. +3 weapons about to finish up here for APOC as he makes another little drop here into the main base, and this one's going to get out again. Going to drop right back down on that 3rd base and just keep the Zerg bouncing around, trying to establish himself a nice footing here, but he's running low on minerals. His main's already pretty much mined out, and we have the natural about halfway done, getting that 3rd, and creep's already spread into his 4th base. Doing a really nice job just cleaning up all over the map, though. Oh, beautiful Fungal goes down on those medevacs, and these Lings come in. Are they going to get this around? And yes, they do. APOC needs to pick those up, but we have another Fungal on all the medevacs.
Oh,
it's
that
just so
fungal.
painful.
All of these medevacts are gonna die. Such a
Looks
sad day.
Kane's just gonna go for it now, and Apoc throws out the GG. Now Apoc down 3 games, yeah, 3 games down for Apoc right now. If Kane wins 1 more, he takes the best of 7. So let's see what map Apoc wants to choose for his next one. See if he can come back. So we're gonna go ahead and cut to some music while we get all this set up. Remember, guys, follow us there on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/YogiTime. And if you like the music you hear, you can buy it from our website. There's going to be a link to Amazon so you can get all the MP3s and the gloriousness. And sit tight, guys. We'll be right back.
It'll change in a minute, but you're cool while you're in it. You're never ever gonna get it until you open up your eyes. And when you're all alone and looking in the mirror, can you ever be cool with what you see? Everything that you do, everything that you say, ain't a bit of it true. You're just a walking cliche. Everything that you do, everything that you say, ain't a bit of it true. You're just a walking cliche.
Everything that you say, ain't a bit of it true.
You're just a walking cliche. Everything that you do, everything that you say, ain't a bit of it true. You're just a walking cliche. Everything that you do, everything that you say, ain't a bit of it true. You're just a walking cliche. Everything that you do, everything that you say, ain't a bit of it true. You're just a walking cliche. Everything that you say, everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that you do, everything that you say. Cliche, cliche, cliche. With a poison pen in hand, Jody signs on the dotted line. Thinking back to what they had in another space and time. When they were young and in love, they said they'd never give up. They thought that love was enough to hold it all together. Tested their luck on the coast of Sunset Bay. Now they're cutting the ties, Jody's dotting her eyes. Any tear that she cries wouldn't change her fate today. No way. For all the sacred promises that were lost along the way, she tries not to think as she pours another drink with a silent toast to her freedom Sunday. Although they both were much too young, nothing could have changed their minds. And she found out much too late what nobody hoped
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the IVD Gaming number 80 tournament. This is an invitational only. I'm IVD HK Rob, and joining me here is IVD. It's Dine. Dine, go ahead and introduce our players.
Alright, spawning here at the bottom in the red, we have our Terran player from Team Quantic. It's APOC. Not like it's Dine, but it is APOC, guys. Alright, spawning at the top in the pink, we have PulseKane currently up 3 in the series. 3-1 against APOC. Let's see if he can close it out here, if APOC can start a comeback.
We'll have to find out. I mean, this has become a really surprising series. I mean, Kane is such a good player. I know APOC is really such a good player himself, but Kane is just so... He's been playing so well tonight. It's absolutely crazy to see the kind of stuff that he's been able to pull off.
Yeah, we haven't actually had a chance to see Kane play here in a few months, but he's made some amazing improvements. He was already a brilliant player, but now just kind of playing with APOC, and it looks like we're going to have a 2-Rex out of him this game. This is a little bit scary, since if he loses this one, he's kind of out, man.
Yeah, that super early SCV making its way over there to put down the barracks in the same spot that we saw him use for a 2-Rex in the past. And we've seen 2-Rexes fail, and we've seen 2-Rexes works. We'll have to see what's going to happen here. Kane moving a drone out really early. This is something that we haven't seen in response to such a build like this.
Is Kane going to see it, though? No, the drone doesn't get close enough to that watchtower to see the barracks, but he's going to know here shortly.
He is indeed. Here goes the drone, going to poke its way up the ramp, and... Oh, wait, what is this? There is nothing here. No bunker, no barracks, just a supply depot, and this is about the time where APOC has been spotted. He knows.
Yeah, Kane knows exactly what's going on right now. APOC going ahead and moving up with that SCV, but Kane should be ready for this. He knows it's coming at this point. That depot even offset to the back so he can get those extra minerals, get that barracks up just a hair earlier. Let's see, those first 2 Marines, or 2 SCVs, actually, are working their way up here, or SCV with the first Marine. I can't talk anymore, guys. It's been 6 hours. Give me a break.
But a very worth it 6 hours. As now drones are being pulled here, quite a few of them, and this is the exact response that is exactly what you need to do. Trying to get that SCV down, trying to keep that bunker from going up in the first place. If you can do that, then you can definitely pull off this defense rather. And there goes the SCV. The bunker not going to be going up, and the drones are going to be going back to the mineral line, but another SCV comes in, and now a spine going to be put down from Kane here. This is going to be very hard for Kane to deal with. He's got the links coming in, but the bunker is now up. He needs to get that spine up. He needs to get a queen out or something.
On great job just unloading 2 of those Marines from the bunker by APOC, so we can still have the bunker to cover them. And trying to get some damage done on that spine, but it's gonna finish. I believe it, yeah, we'll have to uproot to attack that bunker though, so there's still a chance.
There it goes. The spine is now up. Those Marines not going to be able to put all the pressure that they want to put. There goes the spine now going to be moving up forward, and all these links and the queen coming in. Is he going to be able to, the queen is going to pick off some shots. There goes the spine, going to start throwing out some shots. One of the Marines does get killed off here. Ling's getting the surround. The queen coming in to help with this. And
the second bunker gets cancelled. That SCV does get killed. The surround goes down on the bunker, and APOC is in a bad spot now.
He definitely is. Kane now up on 2 bases to APOC's 1 base. He hasn't been macroing. He's getting another barracks up at home. He's got the 2 barracks that he already had up, but he needs to lift those and pull those back home. He needs to get ready for a counterattack possibly, because we've seen it before. It works very well if a Zerg can immediately turn around and counter, but really, Kane doesn't have to. He's already got that economic lead.
Yeah, Kane's sitting really pretty right now, but surprisingly, we have even worker counts with drones lost there for Kane, so still on similar footing, but the longer it goes on, the worse it goes for APOC. He is getting that command center in his base, still making Marines out of those proxy barracks as well. Looks like he's going to try and push up again. There's not very many Lings left. Oh, and
But
actually
Spine is
gonna
be
work around to these rocks at the leading to the third.
Oh, and here go the lings from... I don't think Kane knows about this. He does, actually. He does see the rocks and the health going down here. If he was paying attention, he would know about that. But it looks like the Marines are going to go up through the front. Maybe it was just a ruse, man. It's just a ruse. As now that Spine is going to force these Marines to back off. They are not getting up there.
No, I just noticed something. I have my death animations turned on. And whenever a Marine dies, it turns black. And if the face is up, it looks a lot like Master Chief. Just for future reference, guys.
What?
It does. It looks like Master Chief. I had to zoom in and stare at it for a minute. It freaked me out a little bit.
Wow.
It looks like these Marines still going to try and work on these rocks. More units pushing in the front, though. And now we have a pretty substantial force here for APOC.
Yeah, APOC with this really early Marine pressure. Now going to run up here, but the Spine is going to make this difficult along with the Queens. This is going to be pretty difficult for him to put any early pressure like this. The Lings could go in here. They need to go in here. He can get the surround, and if he can do that, then he'd be able to just wipe out this Marine army. And there he goes, trying to go for that surround, but great stutter stepping from APOC is going to allow him to take out all of these Lings, of course at the loss of most of his Marines.
Oh, now these Queens are going to be caught out here and picked off. APOC doing a great job just being as scrappy as possible. But now Ling speed is done. That stutter step micro isn't going to matter as much. And it looks like APOC's just going to go ahead and pull back. He has his expansion up. It's working. He's getting some additional barracks as well. And his factory's coming up now. Has Stim and +1 working its way. So actually not too bad by APOC, even though that initial bunker rush didn't work out too well.
That is true, but one thing I'm a little nervous about is the Baneling nest that is now going down here for Kane is a pretty big factor in this game. In ZVT, Banelings are one of the best units that you could possibly have, and now with a lot of Lings that could be on the way, with Ling speed and the Banelings, we could see a counterattack out of Kane.
And we definitely could. Kane does have his third base coming up, and APOC going ahead and building his in his natural. Just trying to build somewhat of a choke point there at the front of his ramp. Getting even more barracks coming up now. Looks like, yeah, 2 additional barracks going to be jumping up to... Is that 7 barracks?
That is
going to be 7 barracks, guys.
Yeah,
This is going to be heavy bio play, and yeah, with those Banelings, that can get really scary. Especially since Lair's almost complete, that Bane speed is going to be huge.
Oh, and here go the Marines making their way up the side here. Are going to be spotted off by a Ling, and they're going to back off a little bit from that and take a different route. But now these Lings come in, and the surround needs to happen here. The Banelings bust on this, and all of that is cleaned up perfectly.
Oh, and that engagement happened right before Stim finished for our Terran player. We say that, but now we do have Hellions coming out here for APOC, as well as a lot of bio, a lot of reactored barracks here, cranking out Marines. But it looks like Kane might want to try and go ahead and throw some aggression on. He's taken out a lot of units here from APOC. And there go the Banelings. Only 3 on the way right now, but he's getting his infestation pit as well. So yeah, looking in a great spot. APOC just now getting his armory and his second engineering base, so he can start those 2-2s here relatively quickly. But let's see how well these Banelings can do up here. For Kane, just go ahead and sitting at that watchtower for right now, getting that Baneling speed and his +2s. Trying to check on 1 second.
And all of these Lings are going to be backing off because of the Hellions that have just now moved their way up to the Zelnaga Tower. That's going to be a little harder for Kane to deal with. He needs to have something to deal with Hellions. I guess he could go super Ling heavy and just work on surrounds and work with surrounding the whole time, but really this is not an easy army to deal with out of APOC, especially with what Kane has. He has Banelings, which are very nice, but he's gonna have to work those Banelings well enough that he can grab those busts on the Lings. And here they go, the engagement here. might happen anytime soon, as the Marines do stem in. The split is happening pre-splitting, but looks like Kane not going to want to go in for it.
Yeah, and I feel a little weird about this from APOC. I mean, Infestors weren't quite out. They're going to be out here in about 5 seconds now, but he had a little window of time where he could have done some damage to those Lings and try and get rid of some of that meat in front of the Infestors. And now we even have Hive on the way here for Kane, starting that 3-3 as well. Or about to finish 2-2, so he can start that 3-3. And +2 just barely starting for the armor here for APOC.
Oh, and here's this huge Ling ball out of Kane. And if Fungal goes down, what a great Fungal there on the Marines and the Marauder. But there's so many Marines here and great splits. And everything
nice
is going
Baneling
to
hit.
allow APOC to, despite that glorious Baneling hit, still come out on top. But he is forced to pull his army back as he can't do anything with what he has right now.
Yeah, and it was really lucky that that one Baneling did survive for Kane and could hit all those units, because that was a huge army left over for APOC, but then at the very end got clumped up, and all the stems, man. Got to be careful stemming without medevacs. It can get pretty scary.
You definitely do, but now there's still a lot of Lings up. This is the one thing that Zerg can do that Terran cannot do, and that is remax so quickly. Kane now back up with a ton of Lings. He's got more drones in production right now, so he's actually working on getting his 4th saturated at this point. The 4th for APOC just now going up, and all of these Lings are going to be just running around for map control.
Yeah, now we have the Ultralisk Cavern starting here for Kane as well. Getting his Adrenal Glands and his +3. And things are just looking great for Kane right now. And as there's no splash damage, it's really hard to deal with all these Lings.
It is
And
indeed.
we still have APOC relying on those Hellions to deal his splash damage and kind of be the buffer in between his DPS units and the rest of the army of Zerg. But with the Ultra Cavern about to finish, I'm not sure how long that's going to last. As we do have mostly Marines here in production, a lot of reactored barracks there for APOC. But he has just established that 4th base, getting the planetary there as well, getting some turrets up for a little bit of added defense.
Ooh, not a good fungal there on a few Marines. Just 3 Marines taken out there. The bulk of the army still up here at the 4th of APOC.
Let's see how this goes. APOC catching up in supply rapidly now that he's established that 3rd base and getting that 4th up and running. And let's see, we do have the Kindness plating there for the Ultralisk starting as well. First 6 are in production as we speak. And I'm not sure there's enough Marauders here to deal with them whenever they fall, and so many Infestors left.
There are certainly a lot of Infestors left, but it looks like this army from APOC is going to move up here to the 4th. This could be enough to completely destroy the 4th. The splits are happening right now. Fungal growths go down on these Marines. Not a whole lot of them lost, but the Ultralisk going to make up a huge difference here, as they're just going to clean house. Ultralisk, so nice.
And APOC thrown down to 120 supply there. Kane still close to being maxed out. His 3-3's just about to finish, where they're only about halfway done there for APOC. And look at that, 60 more Lings on the way. I think at this point he just wants to try and overwhelm APOC.
It is very likely. There's a lot of Lings on the way. There's 12 more in production here. 12 Banelings in production here. 4 Infestors on the way. More Lings on the way. There's 3-3 coming out here for APOC, but I don't know if it'll be enough. He doesn't quite have the army to back the upgrades.
Yeah, he really doesn't. There's not much left here for him. There's 16 more Banes about to hatch. It looks like he just wants to try and bust this planetary. And he's going to be able to do it. He moves in right now.
Alright, here goes the engagement.
Just
right
ignoring
outside
the
of the
completely.
planetary. Oh, but all these Banelings need to get good busts. The splits from APOC are just absolutely amazing here, as it looks like the Banelings are not going to connect perfectly, but there's just so many of them that it just doesn't matter. And there's the GG. Well played from Apoc as Kane becomes the winner of the IvD Gaming number 80 Invitational.
Great games there from Kane. 4-0ing QuanticApoc. I can't believe it, guys.
Well, that was 4-1.
It's been awesome. 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, 4. I don't know
Still.
numbers. What am I? A math?
Yes. You
Oh.
are a math.
I am a math.
You are
Okay.
a single math.
That makes sense. That totally makes sense, guys.
Okay,
this
so
has been a lot of fun, Rob.
oh my god, what a great tournament, what a great turnout, what great series we saw here today. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did enjoy it, and we certainly hope you did, click that follow button on the Twitch, and go ahead and check out facebook.com/IvD Gaming, where there will be news posted and other information, as well as you can hang out. I think we have the ability for other